Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you're located in the world. My name is Kimberly, and I'm the academic advisor at Hospitality Academy. As the weekend has just ended, everyone might be feeling a bit sluggish, down, or even unmotivated to be at work. And especially on today, January 15, 2024, which is Blue Monday. Today, we'll be diving into some tips and ideas on how you can beat the blues on Blue Monday as the employer and as the employee. So let's get started. What is Blue Monday? It is the third Monday in January, which has been deemed the most depressing day of the year. But why? In 2024, psychologist Cliff Arnold coined the term Blue Monday when he was asked to come up with a scientific formula by a travel company for the January blues. Daytime is at its premium, nights are long and cold, holiday bills might be arriving, and most of us are furthest away from what we can look forward to next. Those warm and fuzzy memories of the holidays are gone, and the New Year's resolutions, which we made with such earnest determination, hopefully not, but may be broken, which have resulted in calling this day the most depressing day of the year. Despite originally being coined for marketing purposes, in order to encourage people to book holidays, the term is now part of everyday vocabulary. However, many travel companies, hotels, restaurants, and shopping brands use this day as another promotion for their businesses. I can say from personal experience that today through my email, I have received probably 10 or more emails from companies offering a discount on a hotel, saying you to beat the blues, you should do a hotel stay in Amsterdam, or here, take 10% off Uber Eats, for example. When I woke up this morning, I definitely felt the Blue Monday. I looked out the window, it was cold and very foggy, and I didn't have any motivation to go on a walk. And I'll tell you, I didn't. But today, we're going to be talking about how we can beat the blues, and especially in the hospitality industry. Because again, you have the one side of Blue Monday, which is the promotion and all of those things for you to buy. But on the other side, which is the main reason behind Blue Monday, is how we as employers or employees can make sure that we're in an environment that promotes our well-being. So let's move on. Studies have shown that 84% of hospitality workers said that they've increased stress as a direct result of their job. Some reasons for this could be that the industry is fast-paced, demanding, or physically tiring. We all have stress in our lives, whether it be from our jobs, our studies, or even our personal daily time. However, we can combat or tackle our stress can be the key to improvement in our personal and professional lives. The Royal Society for Public Health found that 1 in 5 hospitality workers suffer from work-related mental health issues. However, these issues are not normally spoken about or addressed in the work setting. So when the new year starts, workers already feel that they can't reach out to their employers for help or to express their concerns, which could then lead to poor performance or lack of motivation. So, what can employers do to help support their employees during these times of blues? The first way is to communication. Talking about mental health or employee well-being will encourage others to speak their minds, share their concerns, or update you on something important. But I'm not talking about necessarily having a therapy session with your boss or your employees, but just to have an open ear. The hospitality industry can be demanding, so letting your staff know that you're happy to talk about the tough stuff will have a really positive impact. Staff need to be reminded that they know that you were there and are keeping in touch with them with everything, even if there's not anything to tell. Many people in the hospitality industry are young, a lot of you here today. They may be living alone with limited space and away from loved ones. You might be feeling these emotions or these pressures, especially after the holidays. These members of staffs may be feeling the most vulnerable and expendable, especially after the holidays. However, employees, are you checking in on them? If not, one way you can support the employees is by butting them up with someone else in another department or in the same department to make sure that different members of the team are looking out for each other like they would members of their own family. With this strategy, the team members who might be struggling feel a sense of belonging or community within the workplace. The next suggestion is upskill. Keeping your employees learning and investing in their development is a great way to show them how much you value them. And at the beginning of the year, teams can encourage this by setting goals for their employees to achieve. You can offer mental health training courses, which can provide your workers with tools and guidance for daily well-being management. And now might be the perfect time to encourage your staff to access the wealth of free resources online and try a new personal challenge. The next idea or suggestion is the working conditions. The hospitality industry involves long hours and antisocial shift patterns. Employees are more likely to feel tired or stressed or miss out on spending time with family, friends, or even doing things for themselves. By creating a work environment where there's a work-life balance is encouraged, you'll reduce the stress on your team members. Organizations that look to create a safe space where employees can take a moment to themselves, work from home, or even speak to someone within the organization exhibit the best employee experience. The introduction of the option of mental health work days, where employees have the option to even email or text in sick instead of a phone call. You can also offer well-being perks in the benefit package, like the meditation apps like Calm, gym memberships, and etc. And lastly, you can create an open forum. Employees want to know, again, that they can talk to you about anything, even the most trivial of issues. Building organizational empathy, which is building a personal connection with your staff, is key. Learning how to make the human connection creates the environment where your culture intersects with the employee experience. It is important as the employer to identify and understand the behavioral drivers within your workspace or workforce so you can champion things like diversity and inclusion. So now that we've learned about the employer and how you can boost your employee well-being, let's talk about you, the employee. So let's talk about some ways that you can personally improve your well-being at work or even in your personal life. So according to psychologist Dr. Katie Kamar, one of the best ways to cope with the January blues is to take inventory of your lifestyle habits to see what is simple but effective changes you can make to improve your mental health. And here are some ways to do that. And let's dive deeper into each. Okay, so number one is to get your heart rate going or take a break, mindfulness and meditation, collaboration or organized events, and learn a new skill. So taking a break throughout your day can help with productivity, creativity, and help reduce your stress. One idea could be group walking. Making a habit of group walking post lunch breaks instead of solo can lift your mood from within the group. Conversing with colleagues while getting some exercise is the perfect combo. Excuse me. In the hospitality industry, though, breaks might be short and individual. However, you can plan to do an after work walk, even walk to the bus station or your house, or even to a local restaurant to grab a drink with your colleagues. Mindfulness and meditation. Encouraging others while focusing on wellness allows us to focus on ourselves, yet encourage goodwill and kindness towards others. As the employee, not the employer, the employee, you can promote workplace wellness and employee employee engagement at your workplace by coming up or sharing ideas about activities for your colleagues to participate in. The more active and engaged you are, the more you and your colleagues will feel energized and productive. If you're working a desk job, one idea could be an online desk yoga session or even a yoga session during your lunch break. They could be very effective in impacting the employee's mental well-being, and it hardly takes up 10 minutes. If you're working in the hospitality industry in a hotel or a restaurant and you're not working at a desk, then that yoga might not be the best option for you. However, before your shift begins, take 5 minutes to do some deep breathing, a guided meditation, or set an expectation for what you want to accomplish in that specific shift. So you were able to start off on the right foot. Collaboration or organized events. Make sure everyone takes the time to have lunch together away from their desk. It will further help your employees to engage in talk rather than work and encourage them to build new friendships. When people are feeling low, support your colleagues throughout the day with a fun team event that they can look forward to. You can plan a potluck at work for a special event or a special holiday, or do different lunch game breaks or tournaments like minute to win it games that only last 1 minute per round. Again, this will just create community within the workplace, and you'll feel more happy to be collaborating with your colleagues, not just on a work focus. And next is learn a new skill. Create a sense of fulfillment within your workplace by learning a new skill. One way to minimize the brain drain is to keep yourself invested in the hospitality sector throughout continuous professional development and relevant areas. So suggest maybe different group classes to your colleagues or certificates that you and your colleagues can participate in. People who actively learn new skills do not give their brain a chance to subside. In the same way that physical exercise keeps our bodies healthy, mental exercise by learning a new skill, a certificate, or a class helps our brains in shape as well. So I would like to ask everyone a question, and you can write your response in the chat box. Because that is the end of today's presentation. I would like to know, what is one way in 2024 that you can improve your well-being at the workplace? I work remote, so I'm going to write mine in the chat box to everyone. My well-being is to community. Stretch throughout the day. Great. For me, it'd be have more check-ins with colleagues because I work remotely. Meditating and doing breath work, amazing. Again, rebalancing yourself if you're in a stressful situation, taking that moment to yourself is a great way to just, rebalance yourself. Taking a short walk during lunch, being active, right? Being active is a great way to reduce the stress and get out of the mentality of, maybe being unmotivated, and then you come back refreshed, ready to work. Anyone else? Be vocal with your team, exactly, right? Which is expressing your own feelings, right? And if something is going on personally in your life, or it could also be the opposite. It could be a more positive thing in your life to be able to communicate that to your team. Meditate. Yeah, again, being able to reduce the stress levels by meditating or breathing or doing any type of breath work can really, really reduce your stress levels. And then again, can increase your productivity. Okay, great. Thank you so much for everyone who wrote. So that is the end of today's quick little masterclass. I want to thank everyone for joining me today, and I hope you've learned some strategies on how to create well-being in your workplace. And I hope that you can start to implement that today on Blue Monday, sorry. Again, sometimes it might be difficult to, remember to do those things, but it's a great way to, rebalance yourself, so you can be the best person and professional that you can be. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I hope today, everyone's day, if you're just starting your day or ending today, continues to be positive and bright and not the stereotypical Blue January or Blue Monday, sorry. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure to follow us on social media and learn more about our upcoming events in February and March with our new guest lecturers. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead.